Okay, so good morning everybody. Here's Ray and Sue's travel channel. Welcome to St Maarten, Phillipsburg, St Maarten. And today we're going to be getting off board of the beautiful Celebrity Silhouette. It's day 4 of our 10-night cruise around the Caribbean. And we're going to take you downtown and we're going to give you a quick overview of the shopping area, just to give you a feel for what the shopping looks like down in the port. We're actually going to take a little walk. It's about a 10-minute walk out of the port gates, turning left to get to the shopping area. It's really easy to do. Your alternative, of course, is to do the water taxi, the $7 water taxi, and right in front of us right now, in the middle of the screen, the jetties and the building with the red roof is the water taxi station. So it's really easy to get to. So when you walk off your ship here in St Maarten, go through the little port complex, the area there that's got the red and white checkered flooring, and you can very easily walk down to the water taxi station, and it will cost you $7 for a return trip, and they'll drop you right on the beach, which is over there. Roughly around where you can see the building with the red roof, the taller building on Great Bay Beach there. So that's where the water taxi will drop you. And alternatively is you can walk out of the port, you can walk down the road about 5-10 minutes and then turn left at the boatyard that you can see in front of you now in the distance, and then that will bring you into Great Bay Beach, and you'll be able to get access to the beach, the boardwalk and shopping from there. So a quick overview there, but today we're going to take you through some of that and take you and share with you the port shopping area and also the downtown shops on Front Street, which runs parallel with the beach. So stay tuned. The port typically will house around 4 or 5 ships immediately by the port area, and you can see that port area behind the flag with the red and white checkerboard walking area. That's the port area, and behind the building with the orange roof is the port gates, the entrance to the port gates. Now when you're in St Maarten, if you'd like to take a walk out down to the town of Phillipsburg, you can do that. You can walk out of the port gates and turn left, and it's about 500 yards down the road. You will see on your left hand side, you'll see the marina and the boatyard, which you can see now in the center of this shot. Once you get there, you can just turn left and it will take you into the beach area, where you can walk down on the beach and on the boardwalk, lovely bars and restaurants. And also running adjacent to that on Front Street is the shopping area itself. So that is Great Bay Beach. So we're looking at that right now. Great Bay Beach extends from the marina you can see in the middle of the shot all the way up to this area at the top of the shot now on the left hand side. So that's Great Bay Beach, and on Great Bay Beach there are also 2 jetties if you want to get the water taxi, and the water taxi station is right in front of us now, the little extended area with the red roof. That's where the water taxis dock, and there are 2 spots on Great Bay Beach, one about in the shot now where the yellow building is, and another one a little bit further up on the beach itself, about 2/3 of the way up. So if you want to get the water taxi is $7 return trip, and all you need to do is walk off the cruise ship, walk through the port area to that little jetty, that station, buy your ticket, and then they will take you directly to the beach. Okay, and so the other thing I wanted to mention is that within the port area themselves there is a taxi rank, and if you want to go out in a taxi you can pretty much pick up a taxi from there on the taxi station, there's always a person there minding the taxi station. You'll pay for for wherever you need to go. And if you're interested, Maho Beach is a $16 round trip from that taxi station. So if you feel as though you don't really want to do an excursion, you can still get yourself to places like Maho Beach. If you go down to the taxi stop, pay your $16 for your round trip per person, and they'll give you a wristband, and then they will get you in a taxi bus and take you off to Maho Beach. And the taxis returning from Maho Beach are very regular, and they will come back every 20 minutes, half an hour or so. It's very, very easy to do, and quite a cost-effective way of getting yourself around. And if you just want to go and see Maho Beach and see the planes coming in, that's an easy thing for you to do. Incidentally, we already have a video on the channel, on Ray and Sue's travel channel, showing exactly that. So if you want to go to Maho Beach, check out our channel, check out the video of Maho Beach on the channel, and that will show you exactly what you need to do in order to get there. Okay, so that was a quick overview of Phillipsburg from the back of the lovely Celebrity Silhouette. Okay, so we've got our fast ship, the lovely Celebrity Silhouette, and alongside her today is Vision of the Seas, a beautiful ship. We've been on her from Royal Caribbean, and on the other quays on the other side is a lovely looking sail ship. Not often do we see ships of that magnitude here in the cruise port. And then behind her is Viking Sea, which is a beautiful ship in its own right. And so as you walk off, walk through the security area here and up into the port complex itself. Okay, so if you have walked off of your cruise ship and you don't fancy the walk down to town, you can get the water taxi, and here's the sign. It's by Case Fine Jewellery, and here's the sign, and you can get yourself a water taxi by walking down this little alleyway, and there's a ticket office on the right hand side, and then you'll be able to purchase a ticket, $7 for a return trip to Great Bay Beach. And so we'll just walk through here now and I'll share that with you. You are going to get the water taxi. Again, just follow down that alleyway, and then you will see the office for the water taxi, and in there you can buy your ticket for your water taxi return trip. And then once you have that ticket, then you can walk down the little checkered walkway down to the red roofed building, where you will find your water taxi waiting for you. If you're finding this useful, then please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And we'll take a little walk down here now, and we will share with you the water taxi area. It's a lovely part of the island. Phillipsburg is a beautiful place, and Great Bay Beach is a fantastic vista, and you can have yourself a great day on the beach. And take a look at the channel for a video explaining just how to do it. Okay, so the water taxi is here in front of us now, and very, very easy. There's a regular service between 3 piers, 1 here and 2 on the beach, and they will take you directly down onto Great Bay Beach. And it's a lovely part of St Maarten, and it is accessible as well. So there will be like the golf carts that will even take you from the cruise ship down to the water taxi station. Okay, so once you've walked along that little pathway, you get to this area with this blue bridge, and this is the jetty onto the water taxi area itself. Okay, so they'll take you from here all the way over to Great Bay Beach. It's a 5-minute journey, and there's also a second pier which is about 2/3 of the way up the beach as well. So there we are, that's the water taxi station. $7 return trip to the beach. Okay, so after you've walked up from your cruise ship away from the quaysides, of course you come into an area like this, obviously a built up port area. Specifically for the cruise passengers, and a variety of different shops and stores and brands that you might recognise, others perhaps you don't, and quite a nice area. There's nothing in your face here, very kind, very welcoming people, and little tiny sort of market type stalls as well, selling ice creams and alcoholic drinks and stuff. There are a couple of bars here as well. There's like a guava berry bar there, has a bit of a happy hour at some point today, and a little bit further down there another one, and there's also a very lovely looking sail yacht in port today, so we'll go down and have a little look at that. But that is the main part of the port here at St Maarten, and land taxi dispatch is over here. And by the way, you can get yourself a taxi to Maho Beach here. It's $16 round trip by taxi. They'll give you a wristband. You can go over to Maho Beach, watch the planes, do all that stuff right by the airport there. It's a lovely beach. Can get busy from time to time, but nevertheless, this is where you would get that. And take a look on the channel, because there is a specific video covering Maho Beach and how to get there by taxi from this spot. So take a look at Ray and Sue's travel channel and click on the link, and we will share all of that with you. So that's the taxi dispatch area in Phillipsburg. We're downtown in Phillipsburg, St Maarten, and we're on Front Street. Front Street is the main street in St Maarten in Phillipsburg that runs parallel with the beach. So I've showed you footage of the beach, and I will do so a little bit more in a little while. But this is the area where you can find yourself a whole bunch of gift stores and duty-free stores. And as you go up the street itself, of course it runs parallel with the beach, so you're never too far away from the beach itself and the boardwalk, and it's quite pleasant. There's not a lot of traffic on here at the moment, but just like to sort of give you a little showcase of some of the stores that are here. And there's even a little Chinese restaurant and various gift stores and a croc store, etc. And of course it's very, very popular with people coming down to the beach. And so on either side of the road, it's really, really nicely sort of decorated, and stores either side. And this road goes all the way up, so probably goes for about half a mile all the way up the street. There's a central square that we'll share with you in a moment, and a variety of different stores, shop fronts, and brands that you might recognise, and some that perhaps you don't, and a number of other little apparel and gift shops, etc. And also the Guava Berry Emporium, where you can get yourself some alcoholic drinks made from guava berries, and a few little side streets that connect the road on Front Street down to the boardwalk itself. But some nice little places where you can find yourself some nice items to purchase. And there isn't that much hassle around here. You don't really get hassled per se. You get the odd taxi driver and somebody that wants to sell you a bit of an island tour. But we will be going on an island tour of our own later on this morning. We're going to be doing the bus tour around the Dutch and the French side of the island, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so on the front down here in Phillipsburg, just by the beach, there's a lovely area of the beach, and of course the boardwalk. Now we've showed you this in a couple of other videos that you'll find on the channel, so take a look at that. We won't go into much more detail there, but of course the locals are here, and they're very friendly, having a great time. We have a bit of banter with them, and the whole of the boardwalk and the little marina area here is really lovely. And this is just the first part of it, and it does go up for another 400 or 500 yards. So if you're down this way, you don't necessarily have to stop in the same place, but there are some nice shops and cafes here. And this is a lovely part of the beach. It's actually got palm trees on it, so that's nice. We'll just go on there just for a second, and I'll give you an idea of what's behind the scenes here at the bottom half of the area. And that is this lovely little marina, and there's a little bit of a rock formation there, and obviously to give the marina a bit of protection. But across the other side of that is Great Bay Beach, and that goes all the way up. Now, some of the boat trips go from here, so if you've scheduled a private boat hire, you can see there's quite a few people here that are waiting for their boat trips to commence. Today we're doing a bus tour around the island, so we're going to be showing some of the other areas on the island. But I just thought I would share this with you. It is early morning, it's before 10 o'clock, so it's still quite quiet. I'm sure it will get a wee bit busier later on, but just for your information and your enjoyment, this is a little marina at the start of Great Bay Beach here in Phillipsburg. And again, right on the boardwalk itself, there's a number of little gift shops and knick-knack shops, of course. And I do really like this area. This is a nice little palm lined part of the beach, which is really nice. And there's a few nice bars and restaurants here. And St Maarten has had some rejuvenation over recent years, because there's obviously been a few storms that have come through here, and it's created quite a lot of damage. So there's continual focus on rejuvenating the place, but it is in good condition, so don't be put off by the fact that it's been in the face of a few storms. Yeah, so a few hotels that have sprung up, and there's a nearly brand new hotel just here that is has been really tastefully decorated, very sort of colonial in its design. And this is a little open area before you get onto the large expanse of Great Bay Beach itself, just by the marina. Okay, so we're just over the little blue bridge here, which is your access to the boardwalk and some of the stores and shops and Front Street on the front of Great Bay Beach. Here's a little marina, and on your way back you will arrive at this lovely little blue and white bridge, and Susie's going over there right now, and so we're going to take you across here just to give you an idea of the route back to the port itself if you're walking rather than getting the water taxi back. So there's Great Bay Beach, there's the marina, here's the little blue bridge, and we walk over that bridge in the direction of the boatyard, and then it's just a case of walking up the main street for about 400 yards. Okay, so on the other side of the little blue bridge, of course, there's another little sort of shopping area, a few little upscale shops, a few little boutiques, etc. There's also a Harley Davidson shop, but there's not many bikes in there, sadly. It's just t-shirts and apparel and fridge magnets and the like, and a variety of different little apparel and gift shops along the way. Interestingly, see the sign there, back to the ship. There's perhaps a bit of an opportunist sign there, but if you've got this far, then you're halfway home already. But if you want to get to the water taxi, you do have to go back over that blue bridge and go to the first pier, which is just the other side of that rock formation, and then you can get your water taxi from there, and then that will take you for a $7 round trip back to the enclosed port area. So hope that is helpful. Okay, so when you come through from that little area, you come through the gap here, and there's a car park on the left just adjacent to the boatyard, and then you walk out of the car park and turn right and walk up the road. Here's the boatyard, and it's just a little walk around the outside of the boatyard, as Susie is doing now, up onto the main road, which does get busy. So it may well be a little bit busy at the moment, but it's pedestrianised on the sidewalk, so you're okay. And the exit to that little area, an entrance onto the main street where the boatyard resides. And so if you've made it to this point in the video, then you're going in the right direction. So this is the little road that you walk up, about 400 yards, and it will take you back up to the port area, and you can just see above those trees in the centre of the screen the top stack of one of the cruise ships. So that's the way to go. Okay, and as we walk up this bit of the road, here's the entrance into the dockyard itself and the marina, and there are a number of different bars and businesses. When you come back into the port area itself, there are a number of little sort of market type traders over here on this right hand side, and it's right by the little Welcome to St Maarten sign, which I'll share with you in a moment. Always good for a photo opportunity. And you can see the rest of the initial sort of reception area, if you like, in the port entrance, with lots and lots of apparel and gift shops, etc. So we hope that is useful for you, and as promised, a lovely little shot of the Welcome to St Maarten sign. Okay, so the tour we're going to be doing in a little while is the island sightseeing tour, and it's through this company, which is going to be very useful, and of course it is through the cruise line, so it's fully protected, and the cruise line will guarantee the ship being here for us once we get back. So a few other little souvenir shops, and there's a duty-free shop there, and we'll go back in now and we'll go into the central square to give you an idea of what else is available here in the port. And so if you come back into the port entrance, then you will arrive in this area where you'll see some of the popular brands around the Caribbean, Effie and Kay's Jewellery, and a little bit further down there's a Diamonds International. FYI, I don't get anything for mentioning any of these, I'm just sharing the information with you so you can see what's around in the port area. Okay, so one of the local bars is called the Port of Happy Hour, and obviously there's probably a few incentives in there in terms of purchasing drinks and refreshments. One of the other great things to see here now are companies that are springing up providing accessible options for cruise passengers. So if you happen to be without your electric car, or you didn't bring it off the ship, or you're starting to get tired and maybe your mobility is becoming difficult, then take a look here. There are some electric vehicle options for you, scooters, trikes, etc., that are available for hire. And also, while we're here, there of course are these little golf carts that will take you to and from your cruise ship for a small fee, to drop you off in the middle of the port area itself. So that's all very useful and very creative of somebody, some entrepreneurial spirit going on here. So that's a few of the bars, some of the accessibility options, and the transport options for you to the beach and also from your cruise ship. And over on the far right is a duty-free shop. Now we won't go in there because they don't like you filming in there, but there's a guava berry, colada and rum shop, and there is Sharky's bar as well. We won't get too close due to copyright strike. I won't be able to use the footage, so I just thought I would share that with you. And over here on the left hand side there's an Effie store and a Majesty Jewellers. And of course the port would never be the same without a Diamonds International. And no, I'm not on a retainer. And a Rolex shop and some local musicians providing some great steel band entertainment. Okay, so in the port then, I would be remiss if I didn't share with you some of the other cruise ships that's in the port with us here today. So that's Viking Sea, one of the 7-star Viking group. There's a beautiful little sail ship here. Looks like a sort of 100-room sort of sail cruiser, which is lovely to see. Don't see that very often in St Maarten. And also the beautiful Vision of the Seas. Now we've been on Vision of the Seas a number of times. She's a beautiful ship, and if you're interested in learning a lot more about her and the Royal Caribbean International brand, then take a look at Ray and Sue's Travel channel. You'll find a whole playlist of Vision of the Seas port tours, ship tours and tips and advice. And of course we're on the beautiful Celebrity Silhouette, and she's to the right of Vision of the Seas. Now this is quite a large port actually. It looks as though you can get at least 5 if not 6 cruise ships in here, which is great because St Maarten is a very popular island and a lot of the cruise ship companies love bringing their customers here. And the reason for that of course is because the port area is wonderfully set up. There are lots of things for individuals to do. There is the water taxi station that I shared with you earlier. It's easy to get downtown, even if you walk the 10 minutes or so, 15 probably, down to Front Street. And Front Street, as I mentioned, runs parallel with the boardwalk and the beach. And of course it's got great accessibility options as well. So if you're limited on your mobility, there are lots of ways to get places in St Maarten. So we hope that's been useful for you. This is the first part of our video today. That's just the overview of the town. We shared with you a few shops on Front Street. We shared with you the way back, and we've just now covered the water taxi area and the port area itself. So we hope that was useful for you, and if so, please consider liking and subscribing to Ray and Sue's Travel channel. It would be a pleasure to welcome you to the community. It's completely free, and there's nothing free these days, is there? So have a little look at the channel. Have a look at our content. If it's something that you like, then please consider liking and subscribing. And with regards to this video, if there are any comments or any questions that you have, please leave them down at the bottom of the video itself. We'll do our very best to get back to you with an answer. So that was Phillipsburg, St Maarten, downtown, travel connection options, and an overview of the town and the port area. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again in our next Tips for Travellers video.